32F, and my 38M partner accusations of cheating. My partner, 38M, during a disagreement on a car journey. The disagreement was about the stress of having too much on, escalated into an argument over our relationship. He turned to me in the middle of this and told me he knows that I cheated on him, and kept insisting he knew for a fact I had. This accusation really took my breath away. I have not for context cheated on my partner emotionally, physically, etc. Nothing. I haven't crossed any line, any gray area, even given him any reason to think this. He knows where I am when we aren't together, and most of the time I'm with him anyway. I probed him on this to expand and tell me why he thought this, or who I was supposed to have cheated with, and when. He wouldn't answer any of these questions. I then suggested that what he is doing is so random that it must be projection of some sort. I then got out of the car and decided to go home and leave him there. Why would someone accuse their partner of that out of the blue when they both know it's clearly not true? I'm lost and I'm hurt. It's really damaged our relationship, I believe. My ex-husband would do this all the time. Come to find out, we had an open marriage while I was in basic. I didn't know that until we had separated and his girlfriend told me about it. My guess is the same as yours. Sounds like projection to me. If he really thought he had evidence you cheated, now is his chance to prove it by sharing. He's likely cheating. Get tested and ask him how long he's been cheating, because he just told on himself. He said take it or leave it. Does 33M want out this relationship with 32F? This man, 33M, and I, 32M, were discussing getting married. We have been together for a year and a half. We have been saving way before meeting and started to discuss wedding and marriage expenses, and we agreed on specific amounts. However, as things became more serious, he started backtracking. He said that he only agreed to those terms in the beginning to make me happy, that it was wishful thinking, and that now reality has hit him and everything feels like it adds up financially. After speaking with his parents about next steps, he said he's now worried about having savings for potential emergencies that could arise. Mind you, the expenses are a joint effort. He isn't the only one spending. He always decided we would be going ring shopping. Part of me is trying to be understanding of his concerns, but I also feel that he should have thought about this before agreeing to those terms and before raising my hopes, especially given what marriage entails. What made things worse was that he then set a fixed amount he was willing to spend, decided he could only afford certain expenses, said there would be no ring, and told me to take it or leave it. That made me feel like he was indifferent about our potential future. I started rethinking everything. We connected very well, and he was someone I truly saw myself building a life with, but his attitude completely soured things for me. I'm honestly shocked. From my perspective, this makes me worry that any future disagreements could be met with the same take it or leave it, or stay or go mindset. He also mentioned that he feels he isn't good enough for me, and that there may be better options out there. To me, that feels like a cop-out, a soft exit. This tells me that he isn't willing to put in the work and doesn't want this as badly. If that's how he feels, why let things drag on and waste my time? I was willing to work with him since I believe that when someone truly wants something, they work toward it. Any advice would be great. Love it when a man tells on himself. He's told you exactly what life will be like with him. If he can't communicate, problem solve, regulate his emotions, and compromise with you now, he'll be awful in marriage when those things are a must. He's not the one. He does not want to marry you. When anyone says take it or leave it, you leave it, especially when it comes from someone who supposedly loves you. My 25M girlfriend, 23F, says that training in the martial arts is for kids and wants me to quit. How do I proceed? I have been training in karate for 15 years. I am a first-degree black belt in karate and kabuto, about to test for my second degree in karate. My girlfriend and I recently got in an argument where I almost walked out. According to her, it's weird to continue a sport that I did as a kid, especially one that is targeted to children. And at some point I have to grow up. I disagree with that. Karate or any martial art isn't targeted specifically at kids. It becomes much different once you're an adult, and especially once you're a black belt. I was hurt that this is her opinion of something I have dedicated more than half of my life to, and started gathering my things to walk out, to which she begged me not to go, and claimed that she feels like she doesn't have a place in my life among all my hobbies. For reference, I have mild ADHD and do the typical jumping or rotating hobbies, but I try to make as much time for her as possible and have been sidelining many of my hobbies to make it happen. The only difference is I'm dedicating more time to karate because of my upcoming black belt exam. How do I move forward with this? Any advice or questions are appreciated. This is something you've dedicated most of your life to excelling at, and she doesn't respect it. Personally, I would view this as a deal breaker. A partner should support your passions, especially such a commendable one. Don't date someone who looks down on your hobbies. I'd continue with the breakup. She just showed you that she's willing to try and trick you into giving things up you enjoy instead of talking about her actual feelings. That's pretty dangerous. 35F with 42M partner. How do you deal with a manipulative ex-wife when kids are involved? I'm a 35F and my partner is 42M. He has 3 kids from a previous marriage. They separated a couple of years ago and generally co-parent, but his ex-wife is becoming increasingly difficult to deal with. She works, frequently changes partners, and regularly introduces new boyfriends to the kids. The biggest issue, though, is childcare. She tries to change the childcare schedule almost daily. About a month ago, she asked to completely change the existing schedule to align with her new boyfriend's childcare arrangement. After a lot of discussion, my partner agreed to change the entire schedule on the condition that it would be stable and not constantly changed. Before this change was implemented, my partner and I booked a 4-day trip to Europe for a weekend when we were originally free. She was fully aware of this trip. The day before our flight, she suddenly announced she was going away and told us we would have to take the kids. My partner explained that due to her request to change the whole schedule and the prior agreement, we wouldn't be able to have them that weekend. Since then, she has been pestering him daily to take the kids anyway. Even while we were abroad, she kept texting, checking if we were back, and saying she had the flu and wanted him to take them immediately. I completely understand that flexibility is needed when kids are involved, and of course emergencies happen. But this feels less about the kids and more about her constantly reshaping things to suit her personal life, with no regard for boundaries, notice, or our plans. It honestly feels manipulative and exhausting. How do people deal with this type of behavior? Allow the lawyers and the court to handle this. You don't have an ex-wife problem. You have a husband or boyfriend problem. He's allowing this because he's weak, no? Take her to court. This is ridiculous. Get the court to set specific days and times.